Sorry for the pause. Sorry for the pause. What's happening? So I'm trying to invite our guest for today. All of a sudden, I can't find his name. For everyone joining in, please. Thank you for joining in. Hi, hi, hi. Wow, we're already 7 here. Hi. Lord, 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 please tell me I pronounced it well. A.Y. Shadowson. Wow. I Somebody shout hallelujah. Okay, so like I said, today's topic uh, is called finding jobs. And our Baba is
Hello.
here. The tycoon of finding remote jobs. He Okay, the name is Lord Eddie MJ. Okay, Lord Eddie. Yeah, sorry I pronounced it wrong. Lolita Uche. Oh, thanks for joining in. Jazil. You know you are the number one chief. Who else? Peace Richard. Thanks for joining in. Benga Oyetade. Sorry, I'm an Igbo guy. If I don't pronounce it well, bear with me. Please, I beg you. Doctor Reels. Dr.
It's
Reels.
actually
Thanks for
it's
joining
actually
in.
it's actually drills.
Oh, hey. Jeez. You people will not embarrass me on this live. What the? Oh my God. The graphics king. I see. Thanks for joining in. Oh, Star Kid Coded. Thanks for joining in. Who else? Sorry. Favor Cartel. When somebody is bearing cartel, if I see you on the road, I will drag your trouser. BOF Arts.
You want
Thanks
to
for joining
drag a
in.
cartel's trouser.
You said?
You want to drag a cartel's trouser.
Ah.
Cartel na
The,
jagabano.
hey, you see, my blessing shall not pass me by. Okay, let's get into it. We'll try to stay within 1 hour. Some of you might not know him, but this guy is also a cartel in his own field.
Ah,
He's I would allow him to introduce himself, and we'll get the ball rolling. So, sir, please introduce yourself to us.
okay, first of all, I'm not a cartel. My name is Magnus, and most people call me a tech bro, but I don't like being called a tech bro. It sounds very sleepers
Okay.
and dreadlock, and very, I don't know, I don't know how to describe it. I don't be
What?
tech bro.
That's how they dress.
Um,
Is that not how you dress?
well, not really. Maybe because of the beanie, but not really.
Okay.
I consider myself a tech entrepreneur, not really a tech bro per se. I don't
Okay.
code, even if I studied computer science for years. I don't
Yeah.
code. Um, I currently work full time as a recruiter at 5CA. 5CA is a company in the Netherlands, and we hire for a bunch of big companies out there, for
Hmm.
gaming support positions, customer support positions as well.
Yeah.
We also hire managers, leads, supervisors and co. And I've been a recruiter for about 4 years now. So I've been doing
4
this
years.
for some time.
Wow.
Uh, what else about me?
That's
I mean,
Well,
I occasionally create content as well because I feel like one of one of the best gifts you can actually give people is to share your knowledge. Right? Talk
yeah.
about stuff you know, try to help them as much as possible. So I do that from
Mm.
time to time by, creating content on YouTube and here on Instagram as well. Occasionally on TikTok, but these apps they tire me. So so for
I'm
TikTok I
telling
post
you.
like once a week. Yeah. And for Instagram, I
Oh,
have notifications turned off because I can't keep up. It gets very overwhelming and
yeah,
I can't deal. But that's
yeah.
really it about me.
Okay. I can really relate with what you're saying when it comes to, producing content on different platforms. Because I produce content on 4 platforms. Before it was actually 5. When I saw that one was not favoring me, I had to uh, take it off. But yeah, Amy Dreep, I see you. Please do maybe. I see you. Famtor, we have a discussion. Oh, please, you need to make me a multi-millionaire in agriculture. But if York, see the boss them, they are joining the life. Okay, so going straight to it, yeah, I wanted to ask you. Uh, the first question I have is, can you provide like an overview of the current remote job market and the trend? Like, how has it evolved over the years? You know?
Um, I mean, it has its good and its bad ish. We're
Okay.
coming from a place where everyone at some point started working from home because of the pandemic. It
Yeah.
was was March 2020 up until like November 2020, and then
Mm.
February 2021 things started, easing out for everyone. But during the pandemic, a lot of companies hired a lot,
Yeah.
because people were working from home. People were There was like a huge demand for services like delivery
Exactly.
services, also customer support as well. So a lot of companies were hiring a lot, and then after the pandemic eased out,
Mm.
a lot of these companies started firing a lot because there
Exactly.
wasn't, yeah. So you don't need a dispatcher or delivery person anymore because you can easily pick up food on your way back from work.
Yeah.
Also, you didn't really need a lot of customer support people because again, the demand for some products and services were not high anymore. So a lot
Yeah.
of these companies had to lay off. And when I say a lot of these companies, I'm talking Facebook, I'm talking Amazon,
Yeah.
and a bunch of big companies out there. So again, during the pandemic, there was a lot of hiring, a lot of people were working from home, but later on, there was a lot of layoffs, and because of that, I think it's the major contributor to how tight the recruitment space and
Mm.
the job market in quote is right now, because who are you have a lot of people who are dying to get a job, and you put out a vacancy, and you see in like a day or two you have 100 people who have already applied. So the
Yeah.
job
Wow.
market is really, yeah, it's really interesting right now, because a lot of people are some are looking to leave their job, some are looking for a job because they were laid off from some other company out there that, well,
Mm.
could not accommodate them. I mean, we even had the thing with Twitter as well, where a lot of Elon Musk bought Twitter, took it off the public market and returned everybody's stock and shares to them, and took the
Yeah.
company and just let a lot of people go. And it wasn't really like a specific country thing. It's not like a US thing. It's not like a Nigerian thing. People were laid off. Nigerians were laid off, um,
Exactly.
like from different parts of the world. A lot of people were laid off, even in a bunch of European countries as well. So
Mm.
it's really competitive right now. That's the word, right? The recruitment space, the hiring space, the vacancy space, the job market is really insane right now. And that's why I keep telling people to apply to at least 2 jobs a day. Kind of like just make it if you're looking for a job or you're looking to switch jobs, kind of like just make it a habit to apply to at least 2 jobs a day and see where that takes you, really.
Okay, that's great. Because we want to at least try to do this all within an hour. Yeah. Sorry, designed by Allen says, Eugene, you done the. Let me know answer you first. We'll talk about that. If you have anything that will help me with my skin, no problem. You can send the product here. So anyway, the second question would be, do you have like maybe platforms? Like, what are your top 3 platforms you have, or if someone wants to get like a good remote job, like is sure banker they are going to get a job?
So first of all, none of them are really in quote sure banker. I wouldn't say limit yourself to one particular space.
Yeah.
But I would say try as much as possible to not spend too much time on LinkedIn. There are a lot of people already using LinkedIn, right? And a lot of companies are also using LinkedIn as well, but don't spend too much time on LinkedIn. Go to other job portals out there and go to the company's website directly. Go there, check the positions they have, and go ahead and apply. Don't spend too much time on LinkedIn. There is Indeed as well. There is WeWorkRemotely.com. WeWorkRemotely also has a Slack channel where a lot of people are connecting with each other. In 2019, August, I joined WeWorkRemotely earlier that year, and then I started connecting with people on the Slack channel, and I actually met someone who reviewed my CV and kind of like gave me pointers and everything. And I think by December of that year, like I was applying every day. By December, I got a job.
Yeah.
So again, WeWorkRemotely.com. There is Indeed as well.
Indeed.
There is just going directly to a job, a platforms portal. Like if you really, really like, say, Spotify, for example, check what countries they are hiring from and go ahead and apply. And there's this thing that happens with companies where when they list a vacancy, they mention their location, but they also say remote. So for example, if Spotify's, I'm not sure, but if Spotify's headquarters is in Sweden, this is super random. I don't know where their headquarters is, but if it's in Sweden, they are going to say hiring Sweden, then remote. Just because it says Sweden doesn't mean you should not apply. You can still go ahead and apply, right? So there are a bunch of other platforms like that. I think a year later in 2020, I compiled a list of platforms that you can find remote jobs. So I'll probably send it to you so that you can share it with, with your viewers. But I made a list of those platforms that you can check out.
Okay. Just to recall what he said, he listed Indeed, Indeed.com. He listed WeWorkRemotely.com. Then there are other platforms, and I think what he cited about LinkedIn. There's a lot of people on LinkedIn, especially like those people who are work oriented. Like once you are going into LinkedIn, you know that you're there. Maybe you are either there in search of a job, or you're trying to hire someone, or you're trying to build a befitting portfolio for your brand. But either way, like he said, try to spread your tentacles. Look for other platforms. It's very, very vital. It's very important. You understand? Okay.
I mean, LinkedIn is great as well. Update your LinkedIn. Keep it updated as much as possible. Right? But I'm just reminding you that as you're trying to get a job through LinkedIn, there are like thousands of people who are also doing the same. So don't put your eggs in one basket.
Yeah. Okay. So the next question would be like, I just want to get straight to it for some people who are here. Are there any currently any job that is available that you would want to give out to somebody here?
Um, this is a very tricky one. I remember, I remember you you kind of like asked me this earlier when of course we're looking at the questions and everything.
Yeah.
Um, actually no, we're a bit late in that area because I recently hired an assistant and kind of like just hired for a company here in Nigeria, but occasionally I get companies who reach out to me and they're like, hey Magnus, we are looking for like maybe a social media manager or something.
Mm.
And then I share it with my network. And where do I share it? I have like a jobs portal where we post jobs every day. I say
Yeah.
we because my assistant is now the one handling it.
Yeah.
So the website is jobs.iammagnus.com.
Mm.
Every day, even today, we posted, I think, like 30 opportunities today. So we
Wow.
post opportunities there every day. So
Wow.
again, the website is jobs.iammagnus.com. So you can check it out. We also post scholarships as well. But yeah,
Scholarships. Wow.
yes, we post scholarships there too.
See, because to be honest, I think I need one myself. Anyway, okay, let's leave that. So like he said, go to jobs.iammagnus.com. Please, if you're
Yeah.
looking for an opportunity, go to jobs.iammagnus.com and you're going to find, or you're probably going to find what you're looking for. You understand? Okay, that's good. I'm going to pin this. Hold on. Okay, that's good. So jobs.iammagnus.com. If you go to that platform, you can see different opportunities that you can work with. Now, talking about cover letters. Are cover letters still relevant? And if they're still relevant, like how what are the different ways like someone can spice their cover letters up, just to seal the job?
So this one is very interesting. Can everyone hear me clearly?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay. So this one is very interesting. It's interesting because it depends on the platform. LinkedIn, for example, if you're using LinkedIn and you are using the easy apply option, you wouldn't have to upload a cover letter. You just apply with your CV and that's it. But some
Yeah.
platforms out there still request for cover letter. They do that because they want to learn more about you without having to dig and dig, know how much you know about stuff or how many years you've used in a particular field or area. So when
Yeah.
they look at your CV and your CV is not rich, they might, look at your cover letter. So some companies do ask. So it's kind of like a time and place thing where on LinkedIn, they might not ask for it if you're applying for a job, but on some platforms out there, they will ask. So cover letters are not useless. They're actually not useless at all.
Yeah.
I would say have one, but just keep in mind that you might not need to apply with it all the time. Just have one, really. So
Mm.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Then this one, I really wanted to know about this. Like, what kind of tech jobs are like what tech skills now? Like, once somebody hears of it, they just want to hire you straight. Like, can you list some of them so that maybe somebody can build their skills around that?
Yeah, in marketing, I think it's been a it's being someone who can actually create ads. Right? If
Okay.
you understand marketing, you can do copywriting, you can run ads on Facebook, Instagram, and similar platforms. Most If you go on platforms like Upwork, you're going to see people who are looking for a Facebook ad manager or Facebook. There are so many names for these things, but really someone who would market a product and deliver.
Mm.
So if you're really good at marketing, if you're really good at creating adverts, then that's it. And also if you're when it comes to tech overall, if you are very good with using tools like ChatGPT,
Yeah.
like you're really, really good at it, then you most likely also land a job, because there are entrepreneurs out there who run businesses. They
Okay.
don't want to, some of these people, they don't want to pay a content writer anymore. They know they can use ChatGPT. They already pay $20 a month for
Yeah.
ChatGPT premium, but they don't have the time to use the tool and query it and create content and stuff. So look, check Udemy, get really, really good at platforms like ChatGPT. There's Bard as well, there's Bard AI as well. There's so many of them, so many of them. Some are
Yeah.
not even available in Nigeria unless you um use a VPN. I think the one that isn't
Yeah.
available in Nigeria is Cloud. I think
Cloud.
it's Cloud AI or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are so many of them. If you're really, really good with AI tools like that, it's a win. It's really, really a win. But again, traditionally, there are people out there who are looking for someone who can write content from scratch without the use of any AI tool. So if you're a content writer and you don't need to rely on ChatGPT, you can go out there and do your research and everything. There are also um, blog owners out there who are looking for you. And then there are also creators who are looking for someone to manage their channel. And it goes back to marketing. When I say manage their channel, I'm talking being able to push a channel and get more subscribers, being able to get more followers on a page, being able to kind of like just push a page or a channel and kind of like maximize the potential of that page. So there are people like that as well. I recently got an offer from someone to push their Twitter page. It's like a football Twitter page. And we started talking about it, but he later got back to me and he was like, hey Magnus, I am going to get back to you on this. And then I never heard back from him. And that happens a lot. I think what happened is he probably found a football junkie who is really good at the sports and hired the person. For designers, there are people who are looking for this one is very tricky. There are people who are looking for prompters who know how to use platforms like what's this thing called, Midjourney, to create stories and stuff. And there are also people who are looking for traditional designers that wouldn't rely on Canva, because to some creators out there, if you tell them that you use Canva to create your content, they won't really take it seriously. It's still that stereotype is still there. They won't take it seriously. But if you tell them that you're good with Illustrator, tell them that you're really good with, say, for example, Photoshop, they will take you seriously. So if you're listing your skills on your CV, make sure to add Photoshop, make sure to add all the other tools you use. Don't just say Canva. Don't get me wrong, Canva is really good. Canva is really cool. And a lot of people out there still need people who use Canva, but there are still some interesting ones out there that would like you to use excuse me, that would like you to use Photoshop, Illustrator, and the rest. So there's that as well.
Yeah. Just to amplify on what he said regarding the AI. See, there are people who are actually looking for, they call them prompt engineers. They call them prompt engineers, where you go, if you're working with ChatGPT. In fact, I recently stopped using ChatGPT. I use Cloud. I use Bing AI. I remember I myself, I'm not a developer. I'm not a developer, but I remember having to go to Bing AI to request for a code which I needed for my blog. If I didn't have that AI, I have to pay someone else, like a developer, to say, please help me handle this thing. You understand? So it's a great tool, or it is going to be much of an advantage for you if you can use ChatGPT. I'm telling you, not just ChatGPT now, even coming into art. So there are people already. In fact, I was still stressed, even though I was using AI. I was still kind of stressed, having to figure out, okay, where am I going to put this code and where am I going to put that code? I was still
Mhm.
stressed. Normally, I can still look for somebody to say, please come and use AI and get this job done. You understand? So these are some of the jobs that he listed are jobs that people still find like they are willing to pay big bucks for it. You understand? And anyway, if you have questions, please drop your questions. I We are going to respond to your question. Graphics King says, I am solely a smartphone designer. Yes, you can be a smartphone designer, but don't shout it out there. Do you no, I see. I also design with my phone. There were times I remember years back whereby I edited a full wedding video with my phone. You understand? But don't go and shout it out there if you don't want to lose your jobs. So, but yeah, let's. Okay, Amy Drift says Bing. No, Bingai. Bing AI. The fascinating thing about Bing AI is that for me, it is more preferable. For me, I prefer Bing AI to either Bard by Google or whatever. I think the reason is that because of it has access to the internet and it's completely free. You know, it is completely. I mean, there are so many tools now that are completely free. That come on, you can start earning from, you know. Okay, let me get straight to another question. Like I said, if you have any question, please drop it off.
Yeah.
I
I have to
will.
I have to also comment on something. So
Okay.
Bing AI is actually Microsoft were they invested a lot in OpenAI. So because of that,
Yes.
they were allowed to use ChatGPT 4 for
Yeah.
Bing AI. So Bing AI is actually part of ChatGPT 4, but it's better. It's better
True.
because with Bing AI you can generate text and you can generate images. So
Yeah.
it's ChatGPT 4, but again, access to the internet and a bunch of other features. I feel like more people should actually use Bing AI
Yeah.
because again, it generates images as well instead of paying for
Agree.
ChatGPT 4. But you know,
Yeah.
I don't know. You can't convince everyone to leave ChatGPT 4 and go and use Bing AI, but it is what it is.
Not everybody are ready for a change, you understand, but that's fine. So the next question is, how can people, like, how can people just, jazz up their resume, when if they want to showcase their either communication skills or maybe their ability to collaborate with like a team or something like that?
Um,
Or
so there's a saying that we move forward by looking backwards or something like that, or reflect backwards or something like that. But if you want to kind of like just really jack up your CV or resume, you need to be specific with a bunch of things, right?
yeah.
If you're going to talk about how you worked at Flutterwave for just 6 months, don't
Mm,
say I interned at Flutterwave for 6 months. Um, I managed documents. I managed this. That's very, very cliche. And I had a review session with like over 30 people this past month, and
yeah.
we're having the same conversation. You need to be more specific. If you worked at Flutterwave as an intern for 6 months, what did you
Mm,
specifically do for them, right? If you
mm,
were a customer support agent or a sales person, how many calls did you make a day, or how many calls did you have to handle a day? It's all in the KPIs, like what were the tasks they gave you there. Then
yeah.
from there you can be more specific. If you were a manager at a filling station or at the company, say something like I managed 5 people. Don't just say I managed
Yeah.
people at a filling station,
True.
or just be more specific. Then for the communication skill, that's why I'm saying you reflect backwards by while you're looking forward or something like that. But you have to look back at how you managed situations at work, right? Do you think you're better at communicating now, right?
Yeah.
Just add it to the skills. Don't say communicated this on the job. That's kind of like a cliche. If you're saying you communicated with customers on the job because you're a customer support agent, any customer support agent is expected to do that. So instead of doing that, say something like great communication skill. Just add it to your list of skills. Just throw it in there somewhere, really. And if you did customer support, talk about how many issues you escalated daily. Was there a time you fixed a bug with the tech team? Be more specific so that whoever is looking at your resume, it could be a hiring manager, HR, recruiter, they'll be able to actually tell, oh, this is interesting. So you managed a team of 10 people. That is nice. You managed a team of 5 people. That is great. You coordinated an entire event for maybe She Leads Africa. That is awesome. Be more specific. Don't say coordinated events, did this, and all of that.
Okay. Please, for those joining in, like we said, if you're looking for any remote job or you're looking for any job opportunity, you can go, the comment is pinned on the screen there. You can go to jobs.iammagnus.com and you'd probably see what you're looking for. But apart from that, now I've had live video interviews, like whereby a company reach out to me. So, and there were some that were good, and there were some that I was like, I don't think they'll get back to me, But like from your experience, you can even tell a story, what can be the most silly thing someone can do on the video interview, when trying to get a remote job?
Okay, so one thing you should know about me is I'm a very, very private person in a sense. I would post cat pictures. I would post videos of stuff on my Instagram, but I wouldn't really talk about anything that happened, unless it's really, really necessary to bring it up. But it's a very tricky situation, and I'll tell you without mentioning a scenario or something like that. So it's not in recruitment. There are things called yellow flags. There are things called red flags. If, for example, you first joined the meeting and the first 5 minutes there was background noise everywhere, that's a yellow flag. I can't really counsel you for that. Maybe things got better over time. That's a yellow flag, but not really a red flag. A red flag is you are in an interview. You see how my background is right now, and then there's something like maybe a sex toy hanging in the background there. That's a red flag. Or we're having a call now, and then you pick up your Mac or your Windows computer, and you carry it like this, and then you move to the kitchen, or you move around while on a call with me. I'm not really big on the whole respect me thing, but it just feels like you're not serious about the job. And also we can tell a lot about you from your behavior, the way you act during an interview. If you seem uninterested, we can tell. And that's why most of these interviews are done via video, because if a company is really serious about paying you a shitload of money and they're not hiring you through maybe Upwork or something, they would have a video call with you most of the time, and they'll look at how you respond to things, how you manage situations and stuff. If you're a careless person, itching, or you're picking your nose. So those things happen. It happens. Some people they are stuck in their ways. Really, it's like having bad grammar all over your CV and then writing the same CV again and still having bad grammar on it. Some people are just. That's why I always say, kind of like, just have somebody give you feedback, or have someone take a second look at some of the things you do. Right? Tell your friend about that interview you're going for, and when you're done with the interview, your friend is going to ask you, how did you go? Be honest. Tell them how it went and what you think happened during the interview. Someone like me, no matter what you do in an interview, I would not react immediately. I'll probably not cancel you immediately, but I already canceled you like the first 20 minutes. But and again, when it comes to dressing as well, we have this thing in Nigeria, and this happens with Nigerians a lot. No disrespect to Nigerians, but we have this thing where we tell people you can wear anything to an interview. You can dress anyhow you want. You know, you can throw on a t-shirt and join an interview. And then some Nigerians overdo it. They get on a call, and you're looking at this guy like, what are you wearing? Like, bro, what's going on here? So just because you are a tech bro and people are telling you to dress however you want doesn't mean you should dress like you're not even ready for this meeting. Like you're probably wearing a tank top, or like what's happening, what's going on, like you know. So some people take a lot of things for granted, really.
Wow. I mean, for me, that's like a lot of insights, because they don't tell you. They will never tell you.
Can you still hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, someone is at my door. I need to open the door real quick.
Okay.
Right. Hi. Morning.
Okay,
let's continue.
Yeah. So, like that's a lot of insights, because they will not, like when you join, or the times I've joined a live video interview, they'll tell you, oh, feel free, like.
I would tell you to feel free. Feel free. It's okay to drink water on the call. That's fine. You need to drink water. Some people have all kinds of oral stuff going on. They need to drink water, right? But imagine you're on a call, and then the next thing, and again, this has happened to me before. The next thing, a guy picks up weed or cigarette and he starts lighting it, and I'm like, you're not allowed to smoke on the call. And they're like, oh, sorry. And I'm like I don't get it. Like, were you planning to smoke on the call while we're having an interview? It has happened before.
Wow.
So these things happen. What I would say is, if you're really serious about a job, a recruiter, most of the time a recruiter will tell. Like 99% of the time, a recruiter will tell. Some people, they are naturally calm. They are calm when they get on the call. And there are also some people who get very, very nervous. When I notice they are nervous, I basically talk about other things, really. I talk about how they are doing, what the weather is like over there, to kind of like just calm them down. It's okay to be nervous. It's okay to even be shaky. Like some money that you're looking to get paid on a job can get you, like, it's okay to be nervous when you get on a call. It's okay to be shaky. That's fine. That's completely fine. But what is not fine is just being unbothered on the call, or just being disrespectful and stuff. What I would say is, try to also gauge the Gen Zs, they call it vibe.
Yeah.
Like, try to gauge the vibe of the recruiter. If the recruiter is a fun person, then the interview is fun. But if the recruiter is serious, you should also be serious. So that's it.
True. That's great. Okay, someone dropped a question. I didn't notice. Okay, Abuja Tech Bro, he said, how do you deal with companies you have worked with in terms of putting out content for them, and you now find out that the company is a scam?
I don't know. We manage. Is that all?
Yeah, that's basically what he said.
Okay, so we manage. Go on.
No. That I just wanted to repeat but if you get it, no problem.
I mean, we manage these things differently. It also depends on the workload. If I started this week with a company and I noticed that this company is not serious, or it's a scam company or something, then I might just let it go, right? But if I've done a lot for the company, maybe I designed an entire project, or I worked on something that is very dear to me and they did not pay me, and things that I will take to YouTube, I'll take to Twitter, I'll take to everywhere, and I am going to speak up. You need to speak up. Like, you need to get to that level where you're a no bullshit person, right? If
Yeah.
somebody treat, especially on the internet, if something really went down on the internet, like it's a remote job or something, and somebody treated you some type of way, you need to shout. You need to let other people know
Yeah.
that this is what happened. It's very, very important.
Yeah.
You know, so that's how I would handle it. I might also take it up with their CEO, manager, like call him out on LinkedIn or something. I can do that. I haven't done that before, but what I do is I use a tool. I have like a premium access to a tool called contactout.com. It's a tool you
Okay.
can use to scrap anyone's email and phone number. So you go on LinkedIn, you use the plugin to fetch their email and phone number
Okay.
and the rest of their details. So if you use contactout.com, install the
Contact
plugin.
out.
Yes, contactout.com.
Mm.
Get the email address of the CEO, get their phone number, get the email address
Okay.
of, basically search for the company on LinkedIn and get everything there. Put everybody in an email, copy everybody in an email and email them. If it's a money related issue, copy CBN, copy EFCC if you can. Like, bring it up, shake things up a bit. If not, you know, especially in Africa, it's not really like a Nigerian thing. In Africa,
Yeah.
people have this thing where, I don't know, it's like people just expect to screw you over and expect you to not do anything.
Yes,
Not,
exactly.
not not
Exactly.
just in Africa, but with Africans actually, because I've had friends who reach out to me and they say, hey, I worked with this foreign client and they did this to me and they did this to me. People can be shitty, right? And
Yeah.
it's not everything you should let go. You should speak up about it. If you cannot get your money back, reach out to me, right? I get like 1,000 visits on
I
my
love
blog
that.
every month. So reach out to me. Let's make a post about it so that people don't fall. Like, we should be here to actually make our lives easier,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
speak
Yeah.
up, speak up. Don't let it go. If you can get your money back, find a way to get your money back.
Fine.
If you cannot,
Just
you know,
to
but
ruin their
just,
reputation.
yeah, just try as much as possible not to call names, not to call this person a bastard, an idiot, and all of that,
Yeah.
because it tells the kind of person you are. You are no
True.
longer. It's no longer about the company this time. You're
Exactly.
now you're now showing that you're actually someone who knows how to insult and like don't take it that far, but speak up. Detail
True.
the
True.
entire situation in a video. Send it to me. I'll post it for you. You
Uh,
know, like, you need to speak up. Speak up.
okay. Seriously, I did enjoy this live session. I wish I can take it beyond this time, but there's so much that we are trying to do, especially if one is a content creator. I'm managing a blog and I'm doing this and that, but it's all good. Uh, Graphics King is saying, so if I got a gig ad and okay, if I got a gig and I don't get paid, I can reach out. I like that. I refrain most of the time so I don't get scammed. Well, he has said it already. He has said it already. So, he's your Nigerian soldier that you can call at any time. So that's yeah, he's going to come with the whip. Yeah. Honestly, I did gain quite a lot. So, but please, like I said, Abuja drone boy. Please, Abuja drone boy. I think I'm coming to Abuja. I don't know if you're still in Abuja. So because I need somebody to come and help me out. Who else? Toby Tech, Lexix Designs. I see you. Amy Drip. Thank you for being part of this. Who else? Okay. Abuja Tech Bro, you say, can you please check the message box? That will be after this live. I cannot interrupt this. That will be after this live. I'm almost done. Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else that have I not responded? So Bilola, thank you for joining in.
I have to jump in real quick. Someone said next time I'm going for an interview, I'll put on suit. You don't have to. You actually don't have to wear a suit. Um, just wear something clean, right?
Yeah,
Especially if you don't wear bright colors. Like me, I don't wear bright colors, right? But
yeah.
this, I wore this. I just put this on. It looks very. I didn't iron it, just out of the washing machine. So,
Yeah.
but just make sure it's clean,
Yeah.
right? You don't have to wear something covered up. You don't have to wear suit and tie. You don't, unless you maybe check their LinkedIn and you see that everyone on the LinkedIn of the company is wearing suit and tie, but you don't necessarily have to wear suit and tie. Really, it's not. Don't stress.
Is if I'm just remembering those earlier times that I do get video interviews, and especially during the pandemic, it was a beautiful experience in the sense that we'll just wear boxers and but we still put on suits and all that. And we are very careful to check whether we've ended the meeting, so that we don't get into trouble. Amy Drip, yeah, thank you for being part of this. I think please tell me you guys are satisfied before I go off. See, I think this is the first time I'm having a lengthy discussion with Magnus himself. I just sight him from afar and I admire what he does. You understand? But like, I really appreciate this time. I love the vibe. I love everything about the time we just spent. Okay. You're asking me what kind of hoodie you change. See, you say what sort of hairstyle? See, if you want, go and plait hairstyle. It's you that is asking for a hairstyle. Okay, so thank you guys for joining in. I think that's it. So, Sir Magnus, is there anything you'd like to say?
I mean, not much. It's okay to be afraid if you're going into an interview. If somebody says they are going to get back to you and they don't get back to you, reach out to them and ask them, tell them you haven't heard from them, if they need anything from you or anything like that. Also, if you use platforms like Upwork or Freelancer or Fiverr, it's okay to be ghosted. Don't get discouraged because somebody ghosted you. That person is hustling to find someone who can get this thing done for them. So they probably put out a vacancy on Upwork, Fiverr, LinkedIn, Indeed, and you are just one out of how many people that applied. So there is that as well. And try as much as possible to mention how much. And this is something that a lot of Nigerians don't do. When they are gisting with their friends, they are very eager to talk about how much they put into a job, how much they did on the job, and all of that.
Yeah.
But when they get into an interview, they're always like, hey, I manage this. I know how to use Canva. Like, don't just say I know how to use. Talk about the kind of designs you made with Canva. Talk about how you even created like an entire brand identity with another tool or something, or even Canva. Just be more specific. Don't try to be all over the place, and own your stuff, because a lot of people have this imposter syndrome thing where they are very scared to talk about what they know and what they do. There's a survey, I think it was from Forbes or something, where it said that a lot of women do not apply for a job unless they are 100% qualified. It's an article, actually it's Harvard Business Review from 2014 by Tara Sophia Moller or something like that. She was talking about how a lot of women, I think it was like 60 or 70% of women, 60% don't think they are fit for a job unless they cross everything on the list. But you don't have to tick all the boxes before you should apply for a job. Like if you've not done design with Canva before, but you know how to use Photoshop, you can easily pick up Canva. Don't say, because I don't know how to use Canva, I'm not going to apply. So a lot of women hold back because they don't tick all the boxes. So this is for the women that are listening or watching this. Please, I still need to kind of like make time and make a video or something about this, but a lot of women out there do not have confidence in themselves enough to apply to a job, because most of the time you know how to do 2 things and they listed like 6 things, and you think the rest of the 4 you will not be able to handle it. But you're teachable, right? They can train you on the job and all of that. So go ahead and apply. Don't hold back. apply. You don't have to be 100% qualified for the job. Right? There are companies out there who ask for a BSc and you still apply and you get the job. You don't have a BSc,
Yeah.
you probably did 3 years in school and you gave up.
Yeah.
They will hire you. You just need to tailor your CV properly. You just need to communicate the things you know properly. Don't freak out and not apply.
Yeah.
So again, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. That's where that whole thing is coming from. If you don't
I'm
apply
telling
at
you.
all, nothing will happen. So go ahead and apply. If they don't get back to you, then they don't get back to you. What do you have to lose? So
Yeah. If I'm see, okay. I know I have been saying that I'll end this like, but let me still drop something. From what he was saying, see, let me be honest with you. Most of the jobs or most of the skills I have now are skills that I got because a client needed a particular job to be done. You understand? Take for example, I have never built a financial, like a transaction website whereby it's just like you're trading forex and all that kind of stuff. As at that time, I basically use WordPress. I still use WordPress most of the time, but like I had to force myself to learn several things because I am the type that, because guys, we need the cash now, so we cannot afford to say no. You understand? No, it's the truth. We need the money. We cannot afford to say no. You imagine somebody coming to you and say, okay, they want to pay you $1,000 if you can get this and that done and all that kind of stuff. And will you say, oh, I'm not qualified? Nah, you already calculate that. See, even though you cannot do it, you try to get a team or something. The thing is, just try. You understand? Be sure and try. You get. Okay, so it's been a wonderful time. It's really been a wonderful time. This is me signing out. Like I said, this is Magnus. He's been terrific. He's been terrific. In fact, this is like one of the best interviews I've had so far. Yeah, and yes, I am Eugene, and this is Brandlocks.
yeah.